Alright guys, so we're back on Hack the Box. We're going to be covering Lame. It's a Linux box, it's pretty easy. This is a great start if you're looking to get into offensive security and pen testing. It'll just give you a feel for how an actual engagement, how an actual pen test would kind of go down. Right, so we've got our IP. What we're going to do is we're going to do a quick Nmap scan, and the task is asking us for only the top 1,000 TCP ports. So with that in mind, I'm actually going to remove the -p- because I don't want to scan all of the TCP ports because it's not necessary. But in a real engagement, you are going to want to cover all the ports. Alright, so we've got our scan here. We have a lot of information. One of the first things that immediately should stick out is we've got FTP is actually open on port 21, and it's got a version of VSFTPD here. So if we go here, how many of the Nmap top 1,000 TCP ports are open? Well, we've got 21, 22, 139, 445. So that'd be 4. 4 is the correct answer there. And then, so we've got a Samba. We've got Samba here. So we've got some shares here potentially. There could be information on there. What version of VSFTP is running? It gives us that here, 2.3.4. So there is a famous backdoor for this version, and I'm going to open let's open up a new terminal and let's start up NSF console. We're actually going to search for this exploit. Alright, so let's search for this here. So let's do a search for VSFTP, and we do have a backdoor here. Backdoor command execution. We're going to use this one from 2011. So to do that, we do use1. And then we can open up our options to see, okay, so we need to set the R host. The R port is correct, 21, so let's set R host to the, I think I have it in my, yeah, the IP of the box. Let's view options again to make sure we're ready to go. We are, and we can do type exploit. And it's going to attempt to get a reverse shell. Okay, so it's asking us for a password. So let's see if it'll continue. This should fail, spoiler. We're not going to be able to get in this way. Yeah, so exploit was completed, but we couldn't get a session. Alright. So yeah, famous backdoor does work. Nope. What version of Samba is running on Lame? That we can find from our Nmap scan. We've got 3020. Okay, cool. So it turns out there's a really old CVE 2007, basically where it's a remote code execution. And it's saying it works by something with meta characters involving the function when it's enabled in smb.conf. I'm not an exploit developer. I'm not going to claim to fully understand how this exploit works, but we're going to use it. So let's actually search for, let's do a search for Samba. I guess 3.0.20. Maybe it's on there. Search Samba 3.0.20. Okay, so we do have that. Let's try to use it here. So let's do a use 0. And let's do options. Okay. So, right, so there's a few things we got to set. The R port is correct. It is running on 139. We can confirm with our Nmap scan. We need to set the R host, so let's set R host to the IP of the box. Let's view options again. And it looks like, okay, let's make our L host our actual IPs. We'll set L host to our hack the box IP. We're minus 10.10.14.19. And the listen port 4444 is fine with me. There's no other services I have running on there, so let's do exploit. Yep, so we got a session opened. We can do who am I. Root, if we do an ls. So yeah, we do have a shell on here. It's not an upgraded shell, but that's okay. Alright, so this is actually the CVE. If you're interested, you can actually look this up. You can do a little bit of research, maybe read it from the NVD or the CVE from MITRE. It's pretty interesting if you're a super nerd. So what's the next task? Yeah, exploiting CVE return shell as what user? Root. We confirm with who am I. Alright, so let's take a look in here and grab the flag. Let's try to CD into root. Should be able to do an ls. And there we go, we can cat the root.txt. And let's CD into home. See what users are there. There's Macus, CD into Macus. Do an ls. And we can cat the user.txt. And there you go. This is a pretty simple box, but you know, and of course, I mean, you know, this is this generally is not going to be how a real engagement, a real pen test is going to be like. But yeah, hopefully this gives you a good introduction. So yeah, that's it.